The letter arrived on a quiet morning, resting on the small table near the door. It was white, clean, and heavy, as if it carried more than paper inside. The boy stared at it for a long moment. His name was written in careful ink, clear and certain. He had never received a letter like this before. He opened it slowly. "You are invited to attend the Academy of Lost Powers." His heart beat faster. He read the line again, then the next. The letter spoke of a place hidden from the ordinary world. A school for students who had once had something special and lost it? "That's impossible," he whispered. He had never had a power. Not magic. Not strength. Not anything special at all, yet the letter knew his name. It knew where he lived, and at the bottom, it gave a time and a place. Outside, the wind moved softly, as if listening. He folded the letter and held it tightly. Part of him wanted to throw it away. Another part felt something warm and strange in his chest. Hope. Maybe. That night, he did not sleep. When morning came, he took his bag, stepped outside, and followed the directions written on the paper, not knowing that this simple choice would quietly change everything. The path led him to an old iron gate hidden behind tall trees. It did not look magical. It looked forgotten. For a moment, he hesitated. Then the gate opened by itself. Beyond it stood the academy. The building was large and calm, made of stone and glass, glowing softly in the morning light. Students walked across the courtyard, talking quietly. None of them looked powerful. None of them looked dangerous. A woman with silver hair welcomed him. "You made it," she said, smiling gently. Inside, the halls were warm and bright. Paintings moved slowly on the walls, showing moments of success and failure. Words floated briefly in the air before fading away. "This is the Academy of Lost Powers," the woman explained. "You are here because something important is missing." He wanted to speak, to say there was a mistake, but as he looked around, he felt it again, that strange feeling in his chest, like something had been taken from him long ago, even if he could not remember when. A bell rang softly. "Classes begin now," the woman said. "You will find your answers soon." He followed the sound, unaware that the academy did not give answers. Isabot always gave exactly what was needed. The classroom was full of quiet voices and curious eyes. Students sat at wooden desks, each one different, yet connected by something unseen. A girl beside him smiled. "What did you lose?" she asked. He did not know how to answer. Around the room, he listened. A boy who once controlled fire could no longer create even a spark. A girl who could speak to animals now heard only silence. Another student had once flown and now feared heights. No one laughed. No one judged. They were all the same here. The teacher entered without sound. "Welcome," he said. "You are not broken. You are unfinished." The words stayed in the air longer than expected. The boy looked at his hands. He felt empty, yet strangely full of questions. If everyone here had lost something, what had he lost? When the bell rang again, students stood slowly, thoughtful and unsure. As they left the room, the girl beside him whispered, "Maybe losing something is how we find who we really are." He did not answer, but he remembered the words, and somewhere deep inside, something shifted. Their first lesson was simple. "Try," the teacher said. Students stood in a wide circle. One by one, they focused, reached inward, and tried to use the powers they once had. Nothing happened. Fire did not appear. Wind did not move. Light did not shine. Silence filled the room. Some students tried again. Others stopped, their shoulders heavy with disappointment. The boy watched carefully. When his turn came, he hesitated. He did not know what to try. He closed his eyes anyway. Nothing happened. He felt foolish, angry, small. The teacher nodded. "Good," he said. The students looked confused. "Failure," the teacher continued, "is the beginning. If you expect success here, you will leave empty-handed." The words hurt, but they also felt honest. As the lesson ended, the boy noticed something strange. Though no power had returned, something else had appeared. Trust. understanding, quiet, strength. As they walked out together, he realized this place was not about magic at all, and that realization followed him closely into the next hall. The room of memories was hidden behind a simple door. Inside, the air felt heavy. Each student stepped forward alone. When the boy entered, the room changed. The walls disappeared, replaced by a memory that did not feel like his. He saw himself younger, standing in the rain, reaching out for something unseen. Fear, shame, a voice telling him he was nothing special. Then the memory ended. He stepped back, breathing hard. Others came out with tears, anger, or quiet faces. This room shows the moment your power left you, the guide explained, or the moment you stopped believing in it. The boy finally understood. Maybe he had once believed. Maybe that belief had been taken or given away. As they left the room, he felt lighter, painful, but honest. That night, he did not dream. The next lesson took place outdoors. A power is not a gift, the teacher said. It is a mirror. The students listened closely. When you change, your power changes. When you fear, it fades. When you grow, it grows. The boy felt the truth in the words. They were asked to speak, to share, not to perform. Stories filled the space. Mistakes, choices, regret. As the sun lowered, something small happened. A flicker, a breath of wind, a quiet glow. No one celebrated. They simply understood. The academy was working. The trial did not look dangerous. A simple path lay ahead, covered in fog. No powers, the teacher said. Only courage. They walked together. When fear appeared, they stopped. When doubt whispered, they answered together. The boy helped someone who fell. Someone helped him when he froze. At the end of the path, they stood taller than before. Nothing exploded. Nothing shone, but everything had changed. The changes came quietly. A spark, a movement, a feeling. The boy noticed that when he spoke honestly, the air seemed warmer. When he helped others, the space felt stronger. His power was not what he expected. It was connection. And it was growing. One student still had nothing. The boy was given a choice. Take the final step alone, or wait. He waited. In that moment, something bright filled the room, not magic, but meaning. The choice was the power. The academy did not close. Students left stronger, not louder. The boy stepped outside the gate, feeling whole for the first time. He had not recovered a power. He had discovered himself, and somewhere behind him, the academy waited for the next lost soul who needed to be found.